This is maybe going to be the most chaotic YouTube video I will ever post, but I also don't hate that because this is real life. Here's my face. I'm still trying to get my tripod set up. Okay, so it's the day after the 4th of July. It's going to be a super hot day. I still cannot sew on my porch because all the windows are painted shut. Our house was built in the year 1900, so it's old. And obviously there's no air conditioning on the porch. So I'm still trying to figure out how I can sew in our dining room. Right now we have stuff on the table, but my plan today is, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see out this window. Over here. This is so backwards. So I have these right here are like canvas cotton collared shirts. They're men's off-white, like 3XL, and I found 2 of them. They're both the same brand. Found them at the thrift store. So I'm guessing like some guy really had, like, he knew what he liked as far as these kinds of shirts, and so he just kept buying them. They're like brand new. My plan is to make myself a pair of short overalls with these 2 size 3X shirts. So this is what I do. Instead of like counting sheep or whatever people do to go to sleep, I lay in bed and I design things in my head, and that's how I go to sleep. Either that or I choreograph imaginary figure skating routines. It's either that or designing. That's just me. That's just what I do. So I have these designed in my head. It's just a matter of like getting that out into real life. So I'm gonna try and take you along and like try and not make it chaotic for you. It makes sense in my head, but I'm gonna try and keep it logical for you guys on camera as well. Reach out here onto my porch. Oh, it's hot out there. These are warm. Okay, shut that. Keep the air conditioning in the house. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. These, oh, XLT and XXLT. Okay, so 1X and 2X, not 3 and 4X. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, they're really nice. I wish they were my size. I could resize one of them to be my size, but we're not gonna do that. So there's 2 of them. They're just slightly different colors, but I think if I patchwork them together, it's gonna work just fine. So let's see what we can do. Is this better if I have this microphone? Hopefully you can hear me better. Okay, we're gonna continue on with the microphone situation. Sorry, you can't even like see my face. I can see the camera. I'm new at this, okay? Out. Now I have lint in my eye. Okay, I did give you fair warning. This is the most chaotic video that I've ever posted on YouTube. And it's okay. It's okay, but this is what you get here. Okay, I have my scissors. I don't know that I'm necessarily ready to cut yet, but I have one of the shirts laid out on the table. I'm gonna button it so I get it all flat and aligned. So I've seen this thing where you can use the arm of the shirt, like the underarm, to create the crotch curve. You just end up turning it. And this is still the part that turns my brain inside out. So hopefully we don't completely ruin this whole thing. But I'm just gonna say this the whole time. We're just gonna try this. And honestly, this is about how 75 to 95% of all my sewing projects go. Oops. I just try it. I just try stuff. I don't like using patterns, actually. They just get in the way of my brain, which probably makes me neurodivergent of some sort, but that's also like one of my superpowers, I think, because I don't necessarily need a pattern to make stuff. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. I probably will have to take the pocket off. So how is this going to go? This is going to be, oh boy. I think what ends up happening is, you guys can't see any of what's going on. This is a terrible video. It's probably going to get 0 likes. That's all right. Okay, so what ends up happening is like we chop it here, and then this becomes like either the center front or the center back seam, and then the waistband is right here. So like, actually like this is like the crotch seam is what I mean. And then this is the center front. So let's just try this out. So it would be like this, and then here's the sleeve. The shirt is upside down right now. And then it would be like that. What? I mean, like, I see how it could work, but definitely I want it to be roomy, not, and it would be a little bit shorter. It'd be like cuffed up. There might be a lot that I end up doing off camera so that this isn't completely overly technical for you. I don't know, maybe some people are interested in that. I am. But I also don't know how to explain my thought process. So I'm just gonna pause. Start sewing this together. But I have my 2 machines set up. I have my serger and my regular machine. This is how I'm going to assemble all the pieces together, but I'm going to quickly use my serger. I have to change the thread to white because I'm just going to clean up all the raw edges of these before I assemble all the pieces. Things have progressed since I last recorded, which was like 2.5 hours ago. We had lunch and I was brainstorming a little bit more. But let me show you what I've got so far. We have this. This is just one of the shirts so far, and I still have the sleeves from this shirt plus a whole other shirt. So if I need to patch anything or add to, I have more. I am thinking about adding like a wider waistband here that'll have like elastic and a draw cord in, just to like make sure I have enough like length on my body. I keep looking at this quilt that I have here, and I also keep thinking about how I could incorporate this maybe as like bias binding on the armholes, or like adding it to the button placket, or incorporating it as maybe the draw cord. Actually, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll cut a strip of this and use it as the draw cord for, what are we calling this? Is this short-alls, overalls, a romper? It's not, I don't know. I'm not a stylist, so I don't always, I went to school for fashion, I promise, but yeah, these are gonna be so cute. I'm already impatient to finish them. Okay, it has been like 2 days, and it's done, except I think I want to add back pockets, just because the butt feels a little bit, it just feels like it needs like one more element. It's just a little bit too plain in the back. So back pockets, and I still have those 2 sleeves left. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I just ran up the stairs with this camera. I still have those 2 sleeves left over, so I'm going to use those to make back pockets. Okay, now it's done. It has back pockets. We used the existing seam work from the sleeves that I cut off. And these back pockets have just the right amount of detail to complement the front. One funny thing about this is I took this off initially when I was like planning the project because I thought that this wasn't gonna be in this spot, but I put it back on because I realized we weren't gonna do anything fancy with that whole like armhole becoming the crotch seam, and then no, we just used, sometimes we just work smarter rather than harder. We just used the existing body. I narrowed it a little bit, brought in the side seams, and cut, there was enough in the bottom to cut the bottom shorts pieces out. I did have to patch like just right here under the back leg seam, so it's really not even visible when I wear it, but it's actually kind of cute. Because I don't know, I guess I like misjudged. But anyway, I still have this whole other shirt to do something with. And then I'm very excited to wear this. I'm gonna feel like the artist that I am when I